2022, take it back to '01. Back when yelling "F" was shocking and fun. Back when Musketeers exploded onto the scene. Britney and Justin were in sync, know what I mean? Steven Tyler screamed he didn't want to miss a thing. Back when Carson Daly dominated the screen. Back a couple decades before I felt old. Before Janet Jackson had a whole nipple exposed. Whoa. Hold up, whoa Nelly. Dr. Dre is scheduled to be featured on my telly. This about to be the best, there's nothing you can tell me. A heavy dose of nostalgia, no better way to sell me. Just then, a panic falls. I think I need to get my friends Frank and Jen and Cole. There's no way it will be better than the TRL show. Kane and DB, hell no. Hype beats will get fed for show. Time to level my expectations still low. They were once real high, gotta make them real low. Hit them with the Dillo. They were once real high, gotta make them real low. Hit them with the Dillo. And now I know that whenever my expectations get too high, I need to Dillo them. I need to Dillo those expectations. Because what could possibly deliver to the hype that's in my mind? Nothing.
It's Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. Featuring Frank. And Jen.
This is Theme Park Thursday Live with Dillos Diz. She is Jen.
Hello.
And I am Frank. For the next 30 minutes, we have 3 topics or subjects that we did not discuss on the Theme Park Thursday podcast, which is yet to drop because me and Lipson were in a fight this morning, and this fight has affected my entire morning so far. So hopefully after this 30 minutes and the 30 minutes we do over at DillosDizResort.com immediately following for our little Patreon post show, hopefully the Theme Park Thursday podcast will drop. It says it has my credit card. I paid it at the beginning of the month. It says I'm out of storage and haven't paid enough. And this is the first episode of the entire month, according to the. So we're in a fight.
Right. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But our podcast guest this week is Gene Fitzmagic. Whoa, I almost said magic. Gene Fitzmagic from Florida Park Explorers. You can check out the FPE network over at here on YouTube. I'm all out of sorts. I'm telling you, the last 60 minutes, I've just been on fire. So let's start the whole thing over. Today's podcast guest from the FPE network is Gene Fitzmagic. Make sure to go over here on YouTube to the FPE network and subscribe to all the things. It's expanding, it's broadening the whole thing. We'll drop the podcast sometime after the 11 a.m. hour.
Boom. Done. You did it. It's a week. You know, I was watching that person I watch on the TikToks who does all like here's the prediction of the week. And I heard that the first week was good, half of the week was going to be rough, but the second half was good. When does the second half start? Is that not today? I thought we'd be in that by now, but I guess not. So
my Mr. Rogers coffee mug here says, often when you think you're at the end of something, you're at the beginning of something else.
Oh, see?
Fine, Mr. Rogers.
Fine, Mr. Rogers. Take your good advice.
But we have 3 topics for subjects. By the way, if you were expecting me to reveal the winners of the Dillos Madness Pool for both here and at DillosDizResort.com today, not going to happen. You know why? Because I've been fighting with the podcast host for an hour.
Right. Oh, so coming next week.
Next week official. Because I don't want to rush it. I want to make sure I actually have all the submission. Right. Like I want to make sure each one is accounted for, and I put all the things into place. And that's what I was going to do with my morning.
Yeah.
Everyone. This is what happens. By the way, this is what happens when we recorded 2 podcasts last week.
Yeah. Yes.
And then we're left with.
And we just take off. Like, what are we doing this week? We just take off until now. We need practice before we come here live. We need practice on talking.
On talking. I haven't been talking all week. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of comments, so I don't even know what's happening over there.
Yeah. Well, good morning to everyone in the chat. How are you? How are your Thursdays going and your weeks going? Yeah. That's about it there.
It is true. I am arguing. It's a little more heated today.
It is a shocking start to Frank's day.
Okay. So are we grounded now? Or
are we good? We should do some, maybe we should start Theme Park Thursday Live from now on with some like mindfulness and just some deep breathing techniques. Maybe we'll start reading Amy Ratcliffe's meditation, Star Wars related book, and we'll just do some exercises at the start of every Thursday show.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Here we go with the 3 topics or subjects this week. The topic number 1, you know this was going to be a thing. Cosmic Rewind is opening in EPCOT officially on May 27th. You'll probably see all sorts of previews prior to that, but that's I feel like what everyone has been talking about this week. Topic number 2, because I was like, oh, maybe we should do like a Disneyland Paris anniversary topic this week since it's the 30th of this month. Arendelle in Paris. I have not read the blog, so we're going to do it here live on the live stream about Arendelle coming to Disneyland Paris over at the Studios Park there. So we'll chat a little bit about that. And then speaking of our guest, Gene Fitzmagic from the FPE Network, he wrote an article about the Toy Story Hotel opening in Tokyo. So we'll bring that article up and chat a little bit about the theming of a Toy Story hotel. So those are the 3 topics: Toy Story Hotel in Tokyo, Arendelle in Paris, and Guardians in EPCOT.
Please
Jen and I, it was very last minute. I was like, Jen, put in the 3 topics. These are the 3 topics. And I'm like texting her, and she's like literally putting in everything I'm texting.
And he's like, no, not that. What do you mean, not that? You said put this in here.
I was like, that's what I mean. It's the whole thing. Well, can we discuss toasters for a minute?
Oh, okay. Sure.
Like, do you have a toaster? I never check your counters when I'm at your house. Do you have a toaster and a toaster oven, or just a toaster oven?
I have both.
Right. Because we're toaster people, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Like, we're not, I mean, if we're going to make toast, we're putting in a toaster. We're not just going to have the toaster. Do you need both? Like, do people have both? So
I use the toaster oven for like, I'm warming up chicken nuggets. Right. That never happens around here. Or like I'm warming up pizza. Sometimes when you warm up Chinese, you just put it on some tin foil, like a smorgasbord, and you put it in there, and it's better than the mic. So I do that. But if I'm having toast in the toaster, in the thing.
Yeah. If I'm just having a piece of toast, I'll put some peanut butter on toast in the morning.
Right. I mean, I can't anymore because I can't enjoy things. But Mr. Snidillo,
you can't eat toast or peanut butter anymore.
No, well, that's true. No, but I can have gluten-free toast, so that's okay. I just can't have peanut butter
with almond butter. What are you gonna do?
No, because that's nuts. Hello, no, I have to do sunflower butter. So that's delicious. It's the same. And Mr. Snidillo, however, does use like the toaster oven. Like when he's making the kids waffles, he puts all the waffles in the toaster oven because it's multiple things needing to be toasted.
Right. You mean you don't bust out that Mickey waffle toaster iron every time?
Not before school, typically. not during the week.
All right. Anyway. We're not used to doing like the 30 minutes on the topics anymore, so I feel like we have a lot of time to fill. We're gonna barrel through.
You have nothing to talk about.
So I don't remember the days when we used to have topics. All right, we got people picking topics. 1, 2, 3. Can I have a little more? 1, 2, 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I mean, we could do 4. I'm sure we could find something.
Toaster conversations. You can't toast in a toaster oven. Apparently, you can. Who warms up Chinese?
You're not getting even distribution of the toast.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, one side
I've literally taken things out of the toaster oven and been like, just put it in the toaster. Mr. Snidillo is like, what do you mean it's toasted? I'm like, it's not toasted. It's not in the toaster oven.
These are the times. What's it?
I'm just looking at Jeffers' comment. When you have rice, right? Like it's all bunched together. Like
Yeah.
you gotta warm up rice.
Even.
Yeah.
Do you think people who click on Dillos Diz for the first time because they see what's live right now,
Right.
they're like, "What are these two people about?" And then we're
Yeah.
just talking about toast for 3 minutes.
A toaster oven. It's like a Seinfeld episode. Microwaves are for heating liquid. Interesting. All right. I mean, yeah. Chinese leftovers are delicious cold. I feel like I could do like a lo mein cold. I don't think I could do like a chicken and broccoli cold. I don't
No.
think I could do that.
Yeah,
No.
Lexi, Chinese food on Long Island is it's a different, like, we can't eat Chinese food, basically. We talk about this with Gene on the podcast today about, it's my typical story about 9 dragons. But
Yeah.
I feel like Chinese food on Long Island is its own thing. So it's very hard, I think, for people to understand,
Yes.
like, what do you mean you can't eat it cold? Because I think Chinese food is different everywhere. So for Lexi, I want to
Yeah.
know, on Long Island, what is her go-to Chinese food dish?
Do I warm up pasta? Yes, in the microwave, I'll warm up pasta. Jeffers, you don't refrigerate what? Chinese food? Like if you eat Chinese food at night, are you not refrigerating it to like the next day? I need to know more about that.
What are you just leaving it on the counter? What are you doing?
Right. What are you doing? Just left out overnight?
No.
Jeffers, I don't think that's healthy. What?
No.
We might have
I
to take this
just had
discussion
chili in the
to
crock
the
pot, and I was so mad that I turned it to high instead of turning it off, so I could put it away last night.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, oh, I can't put it away now because it's still too hot, and I want to go to sleep. It's midnight.
Right.
And then I was like, well, no, I left it out all night. I gotta throw it away.
Right. You warm up. This is all very fascinating. You warm up the sauce in the pot.
This
then
is such a
stir in the
resort
pasta.
talk.
Right? Yeah. I'm gonna flip this, Jeffers. You do the pasta and then you put the sauce on top. You don't put the sauce and then the pasta. What?
You warm up the sauce in the pot and then stir in the pasta. I mean, to be fair, I try it that way once in a blue moon just because, like, I have no time. But
right. So we turn the chili on low. Oh yeah. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Turn the chili on low and leave it cooking for the night. Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's what should have happened. But once I felt like I was too hot, I could have put it to low, I guess.
Right.
But we're all This Is Us fans, and Mrs. Dillo can no longer allow.
Don't say it. Jeffers is watching it and he hasn't gotten to that part.
That's fine. Did you watch this week's This Is Us? We were texting about This Is Us earlier.
Yeah.
And just to say that they were teasing something else, appliance related, for like this entire season. And it's like, is that the payoff I was looking for?
Right.
I mean, do I feel better?
That.
Yes. Do I feel better? Yes.
Yes. Right.
Am I like, really? What did I think about for 2 months?
Right.
When you teased that appliance.
Right. Sesame chicken, mushu pork, boneless ribs.
Sesame chicken, I could see refrigerated for the sesame chicken.
All right, we're going to continue this over at Dillos Resort. If you have never checked into the resort, this might be the day, everybody. We're talking leftovers. So come join us.
And this would probably be, no, I won't say anything else out loud. Let's get to the first topic. Guardians at EPCOT. I'm going to share the screen. Share the screen. You know, I would think I would do this in advance, but I don't. Because I have to look at the screen the whole time. So this is from the Marvel.com site, because I just thought it would be different to pull that up. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind opens May 27th at EPCOT. It's Save the Galaxy time again. So the things we've talked about so far is the reverse launch. Jen and I have offlined about that. We got, obviously, the great tunes that are to come, as revealed in the latest teaser for the coaster. The Wonders of Xandar Pavilion, the first Otherworld showcase pavilion in Epcot's history, is in trouble, and a distress signal is set out to the Guardians, who are clearly in between galaxy-saving missions. So, I think right away, the Wonders of Xandar Pavilion. I like it. Am I saying Xandar right? I think I am. The X is a Z.
I think so.
In this case, let me know if I'm saying that wrong. I think I'm saying it right. And then is a brand family friendly coaster. Cosmic. I want to read the sentence again. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is a brand family friendly coaster. Like, we know it's a brand. Like, you have to tell us it's a brand. We got to use brand. Am I going to hate brand as much as I hate the word sleek in these things?
You might.
It's going to rotate 360 degrees throughout the attraction, so the focus is always on the action. And additionally, will feature a reverse launch on a coaster never before seen in Disney parks. It is also one of the longest enclosed coasters in the world, which means it lives up and matches the enormous scale of the adventures of the Guardians of the Galaxy films. Jen, much like at this time last year, we started talking about the Velocicoaster. Thoughts?
I don't know. Okay, let's go back again because I think I said last week maybe or the week before how I felt like Disney is Dilloing, right? This attraction. And I still feel that way even though 1 week later they're coming out with more information. I was discussing this with Mr. Snidillo, my theory on the Dilloing. He is saying, well, how are you going to push a ride when the rest of the area of Epcot is just shambles right now? I don't think he said shambles, but I am. But like, there's walls everywhere. So maybe they're trying to make this more of like, oh yeah, it's here. But then maybe when everything's done, it'll be like a big, ooh, look at all these new things. And I'm like, then why not wait until that point? Why are you doing it now then?
Yeah, and I think that's the thing, right? I probably what it all boils down to. While it's nice that this attraction is opening within the 50th anniversary, we need more things for the 50th. We've had that debate often. To open this brand new attraction while Epcot is kind of in flux, when so much of it is in flux, is challenging, I think.
Yeah, I don't love it. Lexi thinks this will be more up my alley. You would think, Lexi, but no. Here's my worry on this reverse launch. I have said many times, and I know Lewis probably shakes his head every time he hears me say this, but on Rock and Roller Coaster, on that initial launch, I hate it. I am so upset that I chose to go on this ride when I am getting ready for that initial launch. The nails are in the hands. It's a whole thing. If it's that backwards, no, I'm not going to be happy.
I think the hardest thing for me to do in all the parks is the reverse on Everest. I love it. I enjoy it. But it messes me up. Even on my best day, it messes me up.
Yeah, and I think I do love it on Everest as well. And maybe because I'm picturing, and maybe I don't know if they've said this or not, maybe I'm picturing Guardians as going, oh, it's going to shoot you back and then shoot you upside down. Nope. Whereas Everest doesn't make me go upside down. I do like the reverse on Everest, but yeah, the last time we went on and we walked off of that ride and we were like, why did that hurt so much? Why am I so shook up? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think with Justin and Landon, I was in the back, and I was like, "Whoo!" I remember Justin saying, "He almost thought he passed out," but because it was just like, "Whoa, that's different in the back." But that's where I am with that. Is more like, "Ooh, the backwards is more my concern than anything else currently." That's not to say, the Velocicoaster messed me up, but I'm going to blame that on early morning rise, not eating beforehand, blah 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 blah.
Because you don't want to blame it on you being old.
No, I'm not gonna blame it on that. No.
Oh no.
No, I'm not there yet. No, I don't think I'm not yet.
Right.
Arendelle in Paris. This month we're talking about Disneyland Paris's 30th. I'm gonna share the screen. Well, why is this still? Am I sharing the screen or no?
No, but it's minimized.
All right, wait a minute. I want to stop the share. What's that? That's the Guardians,
that's the old one.
right? So I want to remove that and stop the screen. And now I want to share the screen. And now I'm going to share the screen again.
This is kind of how it went with Lipson this morning.
If you want behind the scenes of how Lipson was going this morning, stay tuned for the Theme Park Thursday podcast later today. Let's share this. Frozen-inspired land coming into view at Walt Disney Studios Park in Paris. This is from the Disney Parks blog. So it's full steam ahead for Disneyland Paris. Not only have they been celebrating their 30th anniversary since early March, but they've also been working hard on the resort's transformation, including the expansion of Walt Disney Studios Park, which people will often say is the worst of all the Disney parks in all the lands. You're probably already familiar with the much-anticipated Adventures Campus opening this summer, but there's more. What else? The Kingdom of Arendelle. What to expect. When you arrive at the heart of the park, you'll be immersed in the same wintry atmosphere experienced during the movies. Elsa's Ice Castle, which will stand atop a 131-foot high. That's called false perspective, everyone. Forced perspective, not false perspective. I guess both. I don't know.
A little bit.
And can be admired from afar. Many new experiences await you. The village, with its Norwegian-inspired architectural style, will be home to both a shop and a restaurant that will serve meals with the Nordic touch, akershush. And additionally, guests will have the opportunity to meet their favorite characters during a royal meet and greet. This new land is sure to melt your heart and create magical moments you'll never forget with that picturesque promenade. I love promenade. I love promenade when it's used by Disney. It's one of my favorite words. World Showcase promenade.
So I think you need columns, right, on acceptable words Disney uses and unacceptable. So over here would be sleek and brand, and then over here would be promenade.
I love promenade. I love cavalcade. What do you think of that?
Oh, interesting. All right.
Jen, thoughts on this?
I mean, I feel like I don't have too big of an opinion on it. It seems cool. Disneyland Paris is on my list. So now do I wait? I was just about to go, but do I wait now for this and then go? I don't know, but I like it, and I think it would probably work there a little bit better than like Disney World or whatever else. So yeah.
I didn't go to the studios. We just went to Disneyland Paris proper on when we went in 2014. Because studios to me just had like, all right, I'm not gonna go on Tower of Terror. I'm not gonna like. I could have gone on Ratatouille. I think that was just opening in Disneyland Paris when I was there, but it didn't appeal to me. So I was like, I'm not gonna go. I only could get a certain amount of hours out of Mrs. Dillo in Disneyland Paris. So I guess my first thing is no attraction. There's no attraction involved in the setting. I feel like that's the first thing that really stands out to me. Like, I'm all about themed immersive lands, but the biggest complaint amongst even Toy Story Land, Galaxy's Edge, is the amount or little amount of attractions that were available upon the opening. So the meet and greet is great. The restaurant's great. I'm sure it's going to look beautiful. As soon as I saw Norwegian Village, I pictured Hogsmeade in my mind. But I'm excited for it. And again, I always go, when can we have something like that? When can we have more?
When can we have nice things?
When can we have nice things? And I also will flip this and talk about the often discussed, does Walt Disney World need a fifth gate at the park? And can you just do something like this where you create an Arendelle and it just has restaurants and a meet and greet and shops and not attractions? And you create different kingdoms along the way. Do you just have a princess? Do you finally have your Rapunzel land that everybody wants, and your Tangled Land, whatever you want to call it, and do it that way across a fifth gate? You don't have to build rides. You can just have another Disney Springs alternative, but in immersive lands where you have restaurants, you have shopping, you have meet and greets, and that's it. No to my video. I'm not saying this is what I want, Lewis. Obviously, I would want a nostalgia park where you bring back all the attractions.
Horizons, World of Motion, original imagination. Basically everything in old EPCOT. So yeah, that would be interesting, but I think people would complain about it because there are no attractions, to your point.
But if the premise was set for that, if the premise of we're gonna create these acres of land, and they're just going to be immersive kingdoms, but it's gonna cost you to get in. Like, let's say how Pleasure Island used to be a ticketed item to get you into, but this is what it is, where we still send you to Disney Springs at night because we don't want to compete with ourselves. So it's just a daytime thing because it's for the kids.
For the kids.
I'm here to blue sky ideas.
Right.
They still keep fifth gate until they fix EPCOT. Correct, Lexi. I think that is part of it. And I have not removed myself from the stream yet, Lexi. I saw your earlier comment. So we'll see what happens with the third article.
Fifth Gate is 100% a thrill park, but theme like Disney can.
Interesting.
That's true too.
Not enough attraction. I mean, what can we talk about when it comes to the animal kingdom and its attractions?
Right.
But a good point by Dr. Val there as well. So I guess that's where when I read something like that, because I get excited about it, it's something I want to see. I can hear people complaining in my head, but how do we get that too? And
Right.
how can people be accepting of that?
Yeah.
Is where how do we yes and it is really where I'm looking for there. And third and finally, it is the Toy Story Hotel that is in Tokyo. I'm going to share the screen as our friend Jean Fitzmagic wrote an article here that I'm going to pull up courtesy of DisneyTips.com. So in the long line of it's been 27 years since Toy Story, the movie, opened, and it took them so long. And I mean, I think that's the other thing with the Arendelle too, is like, it's been, 9 years? We're finally getting here. Stuff that should have been starting to be developed like 7 years ago. Such a huge hit. Have you ever wanted to feel what it feels like to be shrunken down to the size of a toy? So here's the Lotso Garden Cafe. I want people to go and click on the link for the article. So I'm just going to scroll through quickly. A little more thematic to the rooms there with Andy's room. That looks like the 7-year-old.
Correct.
And well, it's both their rooms, I guess,
Yes.
technically currently. And then here we go with some of the areas, the Buzz area, the Woody area. And then you got some garden cafe items. So let's discuss, right? Because we have the Toy Story theming, and I didn't X myself out. The Toy Story theming at All-Star Movies. I don't think Walt Disney World needs something like this, but where do we fall on brand-specific resorts in the future in Walt Disney World? I think is the question, rather than All-Star Movies, All-Star Sports, even do we ever get to a place where they start going, we're gonna create more resorts, and they're gonna be based on our brands? Galactic Star Cruiser being the first. Are we going there in the future?
Well, and I was thinking about this as you were talking about the Fifth Gate with, different immersive lands. Is there a line, and we talk about IPs coming in. Is there a line? Disney is just going to keep making movies, and there's still been a million movies they haven't represented at all in the parks. Is there a point where Disney just has all the IPs overtake everything that's already there?
Right.
Or do you keep doing little things like this along the way? But where is that line? Like, how do you decide what goes in and what doesn't? And how do you decide when it's too much of that and not enough of the other? Obviously, our favorite resorts are those that have been there prior to 1995. So, and those all have themes to them. And that was a cool part of Disney, where it wasn't about Moana in the Polynesian. It was just the Polynesian, and that was its own theming. Right. And then, the Beach Club had its own theming. Where is the line of, okay, can we just keep it separate? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and then I'll combine topic 2 and topic 3 and go, what about an Arendelle resort? Can we get to a place where there's an Arendelle resort and it's immersive and has the shops and it has the meet and greet and it has but maybe you pay a little more for those extra things because it's all Arendelle based. Right. I don't know how you get, you got to do the forced perspective there in the background for the mountain. I don't know how you situate a resort like that. Yeah. But, when I look at an area like around Bay Lake, and you go river country in that way, they try to do a resort over there by river country and it's not happening. Do I look at something like that and go, well, that could be a little seaside resort thing where you have a little, you take your fjords up to Arendelle and from the Magic Kingdom. You want to get on a fjord from the Magic Kingdom and go over to the Arendelle resort on the opposite side of Bay Lake? Maybe. On Discovery Island? What about that?
Right.
I mean, these are the things that go through my brain when I'm not
The
arguing with technology.
Lipson, or any technology, yeah. Things like the Star Cruiser don't count because that actually is a sort of theme park. Dr. Val says, where will the balance be with people staying at the resort or going to the parks? They want to drive people to the parks.
Or are they trying to keep people away from the parks because it's getting too overcrowded?
Right.
Reservation system. That's where it is, right? The price is going up on the parks because I think they're trying to keep the population in the parks down. But they're at the same time, they want still to grab the money wherever they can. So no, we don't want to drive you to Universal. We're going to keep creating things on our property that you're going to want to do on a different day of the week, such as I'm going to stay at the Star Cruiser all day long.
But how many people are doing the Star Cruiser and then extending their stay and going to another resort and then going into the parks? I'm sure they're trying to figure out what percentage of people do that, like tack on a Disney vacation to the Star Cruiser experience.
They definitely have that data.
Yeah.
100%. Well, because we talked about leftovers for 16 minutes, we're going to take this conversation over to dillosdizresort.com, where we will, who knows what we're going to talk about. There's so many things. But
more leftovers.
More leftovers. Dillosdizresort.com is our Patreon. Memberships begin as low as $1 per month. That $1 gets you into our one-channel Discord. The Theme Park Thursday live post show is available at the Quiet Pool level, so make sure you check that out. I think everyone chatting us up here today will be over there momentarily. So to that, thank you very much for checking us out here for the past 30 minutes. Until next week, she's Jen. I'm Frank. Bye-bye.
Deuces.